I just wanted to come on one more time and say congrats to the winners. Again, Eagles took care of business. Saquon Barkley double touchdown. Robinson in the end zone. Zach Ertz with the big payout touchdown. Jalen Hurts rushes one in. There were a couple player props we also wanted that didn't come in, but you know what else was sweet in addition to all that? There was only one game in the NBA, and it was a big underdog, and we liked it. We liked it, you guys. The Jazz drop the Mavericks. And don't you just love Gematria, guys? Jason Kidd got his 113th regular season loss with the Dallas Mavericks, losing with 113 points. Of course, we call the NBA the 1-1-3 league. There's only one team in the whole league, though. Actually, I take it back. There's actually two teams out of the 30 teams that have the 1-1-3 connection. Keep in mind, 113 is the 30th prime number. The National Basketball Association goes 1-1-3. The only team whose full name equals 1-1-3 is the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz is 1-1-3. And then the only other team with the 1-1-3 connection is Dallas. Dallas, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, is 113. And do you see how the Jazz became 3-8? Remember, Mavericks equals 38. The only game they won in the finals last year was on Trump's birthday, and they won it by a margin of 38. And again, if you guys are on the Patreon, you get the intel before the games. So, for example, had you had the password to this, you would have got in here. Oh, snap. Do I not remember the password for my own damn notes yesterday? Shoot. I thought I knew the password for my notes. I make a different password every day. Apparently, I forgot it this time. Snap. Oh, that's my bad. But hey, if you do have access, here, I can get access. Bear with me. Other ways to subscribe. You can subscribe to Patreon, or you can also get on my website, Mighty Networks. And if you just download the Mighty app, you just search free to find truth. You subscribe to that one, but then you actually have to subscribe to the sports page within here. This app is free to use, and most of my website is free to use. But if you want access to the sports, you need... Where's the password? It was 1414. I forgot it was 1414. Of course, Utah equals 14. Part of the reason we thought they could get it done. But yeah, I mean, you get access to information. As long as you're literate, you can read. As long as you can understand what's on top is the best narrative. And we thought Luka would go for over 35 last night. I believe he did. But see, here's the top scenario. See, trolls and dumb people will be like, you always pick both games. Hey, listen, I lay out what I think are the top narratives. Jazz were the big underdog last night. Trolls will always say we only take favorites, which is completely false. If I do have a flaw, it's chasing value. A lot of us who like to put $1 down do like to chase that value. But again, Jazz did look good last night with a ton of value. Jazz can improve to 3-8. You see how that's the top thing up there? Mavericks 38, as we talked about in the stream. I always remind my people, they love this number. They won their only game in the finals last year by a margin of 38. So the Jazz become 3-8 versus the Mavericks. Mavericks can fall to 1-4 away. Utah 14. NBA TV 14. That's what the game was on. 14th of the month. Mavericks coach can get his 113th loss with the team in regular season. Utah Jazz 113. He can get his 131st all-time loss with the team, including the postseason. That's the 32nd prime. Utah Jazz 32. Again, haters will be like, hey, you're using multiple ciphers. Yeah, and if you do, you'll start to see how they align these things day after day, and how the multiple ciphers allows combinations of numbers to be used repetitively with these teams that seemingly go over the fans' heads. They don't recognize the patterns. Not enough IQ points. And as there's some other stuff about following game, but then there was the other side of the equation to think about too, and you can see there's not nearly as much over there, even though they're the favorites. And again, nice big smash in the NFL. Again, you're on the Patreon, you got access to these things. NBA notes, NFL notes. All you guys seeing that password for the NFL. Trust me, I'm switching that password up. Briefly unavailable. What the hell's going on now? Jesus, we're having some technical issues over here. Okay. So, right down here, you get all this information for the game, and down here in the conclusion. See, I put work in. You get a lot of work. You get a lot of value. Again, I've always only charged $5 a month for the sports content. And yeah, I did recently upgrade the price, but still for $5 a month, you can get all the written content. I do encourage you to upgrade and get on the live streaming tier because you get even more, plus the community and the live chat. And you hear the voice and the things that, when you hear someone speak, you can hear the things they like a lot more. But the top clues appear to be with the coaches in tonight's game, and those clues are Nick Sirianni getting the 42nd win, Commanders 42, and Dan Quinn getting his 46th loss, Thursday 46. Also, if the Commanders lose, they'll be 7-4 before they play the Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys equals 74. And if the Eagles do win, they are 10-5 versus the Commanders in primetime in the 105th NFL season. Commanders 105. Can you see how the multiple ciphers, how they do that? The 42, the 105, all in the same game. And I did remind that this was on King Charles's birthday, and you had the Virginia Cavaliers football players announced dead on his 74th birthday. And, they're not too far from D.C., and again, just this is how you do it, you guys. Small bills into big bills. And Saquon Barkley Saquon Barkley was my favorite touchdown narrative, and we thought he had a great narrative for 2 touchdowns. And you guys can think it's all a coincidence all you want, but this was on King Charles' 76th birthday, 2 days after the Superior General's 76th birthday in Philly, the land of the 76ers, 383 days from the last meeting of teams, which is the 76 prime. And it made me go, God, have they synced this primetime game up with Charles Barkley, the former Philadelphia 76er? And so I had to take a look, and in real time I said, look at that, you guys. It's the 269th day of Charles Barkley's age, the 57th prime. And if Barkley scores 2 times tonight, he's going to have 57 regular season touchdowns. And Commanders also equals 57 in the base ciphers. Commanders in the base ciphers is 105, 42, also 57. And they used all these numbers in the rituals. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were the disappointments. But our boy Zach Ertz, 35th pick of the draft, 35th pick of the draft on 35 Thursday with the big payout. Bam! So those were things we definitely emphasized. Never fade 35 Thursday. All right, but yeah, congrats to the winners. Big NBA upset. Give the NFL a little smash again. And again, a lot of people turning small bills into big bills. Congrats to everyone who did. Join us on Patreon. Get the intel before the games on Patreon. Or you can join through Mighty Networks. That's another option. Until next time, Truth Seeker.